Hello! This is Yahweasel. Let us, as ever, play Soko-Ban. As usual, Soko-Ban is when I talk about stuff. When I talk about sort of channel stuff, I feel like it was definitely a good idea to push that out of the way, but I can't make any further progress in this direction. So what I really need to do is this, which feels very counterintuitive. But that's not actually blocked so long as I get things out of the way in the right order. And there's actual aperture science in this level, so I have to think about that too. Anywho, let's play Soko-Ban. As usual, Soko-Ban is the series where I sort of discuss channel status and that kind of thing. And things are really changing, so I actually have a lot of channel status-y stuff to discuss. So I put out a video, and I have actually done this several times, but I put out a video asking people for suggestions of what I should do on my channel, and part of it is because my channel is very stagnant, I don't really get any views and such. But another part of it is just, you know, I would like to do things that my viewers want me to do. That's a good enough reason. So, I asked for both of those reasons for people to suggest, what I should do with my channel. So, one thing that always kind of annoys me is, when I ask, I get a lot of, yeah, you should do bootlegs, and then when I do bootlegs, nobody watches. And also, nobody ever puts bootlegs on the poll. So, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, bootlegs are kind of my bread and butter, so I really should do more bootlegs. I agree. I am not doing the aperture science right here. This cannot be the way to do this. Because what's interesting is for the first little bit, you can actually sort of twiddle it around and get it up. I feel like I need to fill in this top row, and then maybe these ones? Because then everything else I can fill in from this direction, and the aperture science kind of goes away. Because if I fill in these, then I can fill in these two, and then these two, and then how do I do these four? What's the... Oh, you know what? I need to do these two. I don't know how I do those four. Let's worry about that later. Anywho, so, but in terms of what's, you know, what's up with the channel, the other sort of major thing I got was that people wanted, for there to be sort of more viewer channel interaction. And, you know, the usual way that happens is like Patreons and that kind of thing, and I'm not going to do that because I don't want your money. So I was trying to think, you know, what can I do? And the other way that works is live streaming. And I usually, you know, I kind of have a dispreference for live streaming because my schedule is very strange, but in all honesty, I have usually ended up recording during the weekends at roughly the same time, so I figure I can live stream at that time, so long as I am kind of trading recording for live streaming in some sense. And to that end, the way I can do that is by doing both at the same time. So, as a sort of trial run for the moment, but we'll see what happens, I am simultaneously recording and live streaming, and the next series that will be going out to my channel, which if you've been watching my live streams, you know I've already recorded some of, is a bootleg, Resident Evil for the NES. And I'm, you know, so during the live stream, you sort of get all the boredom. During RPGs, I'll have all the battles in and such, because of course I will, and anything I would have fast-forwarded through will be there. But then all the usual editing goes into the usual episodes. And of course, I don't do a lot of editing, so it's not like that'll be much, but it will all be there as usual. Man, I really feel like I've done the aperture science about as wrongly as it could be. I think I need to get this corner filled in. The problem is that a lot of this stuff is going to have to pop up this way. That's it. That's it. I need to get these 6 filled in, leaving these 2 open. Then fill in all of this from this angle, from this aperture. do I even have enough bricks to fill it all in from this aperture? Does that work? Like, I can get this one up there. Oh, I can fill it in this. Okay, actually, I need to think about this. How am I going to get these 6 filled in? I feel like this was a mistake, but I haven't quite figured out how. If I can somehow keep this open, Yeah, this level, I feel like the actual getting the bricks out of sort of this area isn't quite as nasty as it looks, but the aperture science, hoo boy. I mean, I can start doing something that's definitely wrong and worry about how to fix it later. I mean, that'll involve redoing the level, but I can, I can do that. Because the thing is, if I have it at this level, then I cannot get it up here, so I can't push it in from that angle. This one can be pushed in from that angle, but nothing else. Everything else, because these ones can't come up through here, so everything else has to come in from below. And it just seems like, how am I ever going to get bricks into here from below? I think I needed to leave some bricks here to fill in there last. Maybe. I don't know. Man, there is some truly crazy aperture science going on here. Let me actually leave this over here. And maybe leave this over here. In fact, I could leave one... I could have left multiple over there. Oh, and have them all fill in later! Oh, you know what? I'm going to restart this level. Anyway, so as I said, I'm going to a more sort of live streamy style. That for the time being, that is just a, temporary... we'll see how it works thing. I am not promising that it's going to stay that way, but I'm also not promising that it's not going to stay that way, so we'll just have to see, basically. I have done this wrong. This is not... Oh, well, no, this is fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Yes, that's all fine. Okay. So, yeah, the trickiness here is that actually I can leave a bunch of bricks sort of floating over here, because I can leave that there, and I can leave one here, so I can have 4 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks. So probably these 4 end up filled in last, and I need to, like, fill in this whole line, and this sort of corner bit here. Oh, man, what do I do? Oh, the aperture science. Oh, it's... Usually I try and figure out the aperture science in advance, but I am just completely failing to do that. Oh! Early in, before I filled up that top row, I have the opportunity to get more over here. But only one more. I really can't fit more than one more over here. So I can get 5 from this approach. And it's almost certainly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means I can keep this route open, or this route open once it opens up, for quite a while. So then probably I want to fill in like this. So it would be those. And then these, probably in this order. That one's very tricky, actually. This one actually needs to come earlier, so it would be like those, then this, then... No, actually, this, like, first, basically, and then in that order, then that, then these two. At that point, this path should be open, so I can fill in this one and this one. Then this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, but No, I can fill in... I can either fill in these... If the... I don't get it! Yeah, the aperture science of this level is really kind of boggling my mind here. So let's try to get it into the position that I feel like is good. Because from here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of which can come in right there. Probably right here? Maybe up here? That makes no sense. Why would I want that? That's nonsense. And then I need to, from below, fill in all of this, and most trickily, these 3. And I need to do that from this angle, which means... I don't know what that means. I can fill in those. Oh, wow, it's so weird! Do these need to be filled in much later? You know what, I'm gonna just sit here and stare for a bit. I have almost a thought. I have almost a complete sentence on how much I have a thought. I think I can actually get 6 up hidden away over here. And in fact, I could get more because I could get 1 there and 1 there. If I sort of, you know, just leave myself a snaky path through. Because then they can all sort of fold in. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that can all get up into here. And I haven't blocked off any routes, which seems important. Right, so now all I need to do is, from below, this one, then all of these 2 suck. Dang it, you can't do these from below. Dang it! I was so close. Let's get some more sort of laced up there. Because I can get at least 2 more laced up there like that. If I put 1 here... And... oh, I need to actually figure out how to rescue another block at this point. Oops. Oh, right, about how there's a whole puzzle game to this puzzle game. This feels right. Yes, that feels right. And... yes, let's get this up here. Okay, so now I've got a really nice... possibly inverted of what I really want, but, you know, a nice basic lacing of blocks here. I have them, you know, at top and bottom instead of just every other block so that I can sort of accordion them in, which I think is probably right, maybe? Yeah, it's these 2. Like, it really just this corner down here that's gonna be very tricky. Because what I'm thinking now is, like, if I can get a couple extra blocks in there, then I can push those ones down. But I still... like, everything needs to be filled before that happens. This route is now open. And I think that might give me the opportunity to put even another block up here. I feel like a lot of the trick is how many blocks can I get into this top part where I have a lot of freedom of motion, instead of this bottom part where I'm very, very restricted. And now, like, if I push this block over here, I haven't actually hurt anything because I can still access that area from this path. Which makes me think that now, if I were to say, push this block where that block used to be, then I can fit another block up here. If I can choose which block that is. And that's just gotta be a good thing, right? I don't have an actual plan, but I mean, this has gotta be good, right? It can't be wrong. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means that I can actually keep a substantial amount of path free here. In fact, wait, why even worry? Why not? Only these two really need to go in the top. So why not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Because if I do that, then I won't actually be able to push those down. You idiot, Yahweasel. Think for a second. I'm just gonna start poking around. I genuinely am, like, so confused. I feel like I'm missing some really fundamental trick here. This is obviously wrong, because now this whole area, it cannot be filled in. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, am I missing something obvious? Because I'm sort of starting to feel like I'm missing something obvious here. Because this is taking a long time, and I haven't, you know, I've essentially solved all of the puzzle outside of this ring, but that's sort of none of the puzzle. This obviously, this level is entirely about the aperture science. There's really not much to be done elsewhere. But man, this little notch right here is really ruining my day, and this notch here. If either of those weren't there, this whole level would be downright trivial. Could I have somehow fit more down here? Not really, no. No. Yes! Yes! Because I could have had one here, and one here. Because once, yeah, these two are good, because I can get around it and push that one out. That brings me all the way up to 10. That's gotta be important. Okay, so here is precisely the situation I described. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the last time, this one happened to be sitting there, but it doesn't actually make any difference. So I have 10 blocks, which all go up here, which can use this aperture, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of those. And the only... And in fact... There's no reason these can't be... like this... Yes, that's fine. This looks like a mess, but it can be undone. Can't it? Yes, I had to do this one first, but it can be undone. Now this has just gotta fix it, right? Like, this has gotta be it! How can I get... Because these two are trivial, of course. And if I can just get these... This one is the worst. This one and this one. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. I think I've finally got it. Because I don't need quite as much mobility as I thought I did. Because the vast majority of this I can fill in from down here. I just need to be able to push one here and here. Which I can still do. No, just here. This one has to come later. I mean, the solution is obviously something in the fact that the amount of openness I've given this area up here is greater than what I actually need out of it. So I can actually fit even more up there. Because, like, here, it's still all accessible. And so I could fit a whole other block up there. I feel like my original thought of filling this in early does make sense in a weird kind of way. Because then some of these blocks could end up filling down here. If I do this, then that gives me enough freedom of motion that I can use some of these blocks to fill in down here. Let's just start trying. Let's start making progress and then see where things actually go wrong. Okay, this block is easy enough to get out. Like, I think it makes sense to be filling in the leftmost part, doesn't it? Why not? I don't know. I am being so utterly defeated by the aperture science here. It is sad. That was a mistake. That's gotta be a mistake. Like that. There is absolutely no way that putting that in that corner was the right thing to do. Man, because this one's got to fill in very late. I feel like the 10 are still right. I just needed a different configuration for them. This one's got to... Yeah, so all of these have to fill in very late because they're part of that 10. And it's just somehow I've got to get both this and this. But how could I possibly do that? Yeah, I mean, putting a block there makes no sense. Because how would I ever get a block here now? I am so stumped. Oh, I think I finally got it. I have so little confidence. I have 11 up in that sort of area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is enough to fill these 2 rows up to here and this. Which has got to be it. It just has to be, because if it's not, then I don't know what is it. And the tricky thing is I have to do a clever swapperoo with this and this at some point. And for the time being, I don't know when or how. Because essentially I need to fill in... That was already a mistake. I need to fill in this sort of left wall. God, that means I need to do the old swapperoo very early. But if I swap too early, I can't even get up there. No, I don't need to do a swapperoo because I can have this one and this one right next to each other. It's a bit counterintuitive, but it's actually fine to have them next to each other because that's where they have to end up anyway. And so that leaves me my way through. I might even... No, I don't think I could actually fit another brick in there. And with that way through, I should be able to do everything I need to. I think I can do everything I need to. Man, I hope the next level is not so focused on the aperture science, because you have just spent 25 minutes and I've spent over an hour trying to figure out simple aperture science here. Right, so I just go one... Yeah, this is not difficult. This is fine. At least this sort of component of it isn't difficult. This is all very doable. I just need to sort of go one at a time. Yeah, and that path is still open. I think I finally figured it out. I feel very little accomplishment here because I should have figured that out much more quickly. But yeah, I think I finally got it. So now I push that over here and then walk all the way around to push it down there. Okay, you are next. Because the only tricky one left is the one I am about to fill in. Now, these two are trivial. No, if I put those there, I can't. If I put those there, I can't push this one down. That's why I needed the switcheroo, because the 11th was this one. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. I'm missing something really major. I've spent too long. I've spent an hour and 15 minutes on this half-hour episode, and I genuinely have no clue. So this is the first episode where I have actually made no progress. Something just isn't clicking, and hopefully the next time I try this level, it will click. But for the time being, no clicking. It is, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Something is just wrong. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's either very fundamental or not, but that, that's a very, very, silly statement. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I push these actually together, so I fill in the top from one direction and this from the other direction, but then these two end up being a problem. It's like I can trade around which the problematic one is, but I cannot actually do it. I'm sort of decent at this part of these puzzles, but once the aperture science gets really weird, hoo boy. Okay, literally no progress. Yay! So, as I said, next time is Resident Evil. And by the way, in case anybody's still watching for some reason, apologies that I didn't use the poll, but I was just trying to figure out what the best option would be next. So I'm not abandoning Yahweasel.com/poll. That is still there. You can still vote there, and you should still vote there, and I will still use it. But I'm shaking things up, so, watch my live streams, which will just be regular episodes as well. If you don't catch the live streams, well, I'll upload them as episodes, and they'll be better that way. So, next up, Resident Evil for NES. Until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, for some reason, I've got hundreds more, and they're all better. Just click that channel button. Cheers from Yahweasel.